rapid and very solid starting point.
Great illustration of why I can't say it all. My colleague Trent Franks joined us as well.
Well, thank you. You know, I've known John Shaddegg for between 25 and 30 years, and in this issue, I would suggest to you all that he has been prescient. Not only has he understood the significance of the issue, that it was coming to be a great consideration for the American people, but I think he essentially envisioned this day, and I believe that his solution is a helpful and hopeful one. In about an hour, you're going to see a very different idea put forward by Democrats, and it's going to be along the same lines that we've seen for the last 6 months. We've seen a government takeover of banking. We've seen government takeover of the car industry. We've seen a $780 billion stimulus plan. We've seen pass through the House now a cap and tax that is the largest tax increase in the history of the human species. And it represents a totally different worldview than really what America was founded on completely so long ago. And it seems that the highway of history of our country has been littered with the wreckage of socialist ideas that somehow believed that they could catalyze productivity and lower prices better than free markets. And it has never, ever, ever worked. And I would offer only one example in our recent history that I think probably is the most apropos thing I can think of, and that is there was a time when government essentially had at least quasi-control of the telephony, of our telephone companies, the Bell system. And there was great outcry among liberals when we decided that somehow we needed to break that monopoly up because it wasn't working. Government wasn't doing a good job offering phone service. You had one old black phone with the cradle that the operator was always snotty with you when you talked to her on tried to get the time. They wouldn't give you the time of day, as it were, because it was essentially government run. And if you calculate what the cost today would be per minute, it would be around $3.20 a minute for long distance today if we left that system in place. But someone had the wisdom to say, no, America is different. We're founded on a different concept than that, and that is free markets and free people doing the best things that only they know how to do. And because of that, we now have BlackBerries that we can talk to anybody on the planet with. We can pull up a website and long distance is 3 cents a minute. And that kind of innovation is the only hope long term for the healthcare system in this country. Unless we're able to catalyze innovation, even in a market system, we're going to be overrun here because of some of the health trends in this country. But if we have the innovations that I think America can come up with, and that will only exist in a private system, that will completely be eradicated in the government system, there is hope in my mind. So with that, I thank John Shaddegg for what he is doing. I think he's on the right track, and I support his efforts wholeheartedly.